mentioned, the the mission of the Network Marketing Magazine is to be able to move the needle on the industry, to help the industry. And what we understand, like I mentioned, was the fact that people are now in the looking zone,
They
right?
are.
But our 27%er success system is a training system that is different than all the company training systems that teach about the products and the services. You know, so many
Yeah,
people have never been in business for themselves.
it's true.
And the 27% of success system really is just that. Is
Mm,
we teach them how to grow a business. I don't care if it's skincare or vitamins or beef jerky or whatever it is, you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
But you know, the thing is that there are people now that are in the looking zone, but they're afraid because they've never been in business before. They don't know where to turn.
Mm,
So that this 15-minute a day, year-long program is just absolutely perfect, a perfect hand holding for brand new people and a perfect hand holding for those people that just have never made it in the company that they've been in for 6 years, you know,
right. Right.
it's been a nonprofit hobby.
Right.
And so it's just really exciting. It's exciting.
Yeah. Are you seeing are you seeing more and more people come in at this time?
Into our system.
Yeah.
Well, like I mentioned, we ended up having our system
Oh,
right
it's so
down.
new. It's still so new, isn't it?
Well, we had our version 1.0
Right.
shut right down.
Right.
Right?
Yep. Yep.
So
And version 2.0 is it's pretty new.
yeah, we really launched it a week or so ago,
Right.
but in a very limited way because we wanted to do a lot of testing
Hmm.
and a lot of tweaking, a lot of changing. That's what I've been really involved in. As a matter of fact, I've been fortunate to be able to, you know, pull my wife into
Yeah.
having the eyes of someone that has never gone through the system.
Oh, I love
And
it.
she picks up stuff that's important,
Mm,
but you know, we miss. We miss, you know.
yeah.
Uh, I've I think I told you about, you know, getting rid of the affiliate program. And
Hmm.
we created this super affiliate program that only I can choose a super affiliate. It's good to be the king.
Yeah.
But
Actually, I think when we spoke that you said there would be this affiliate program kind of through connected to the SNA.
well, I made the SNA a super affiliate.
Okay. Okay.
Um, I, so I had a big long discussion when I was in California with Jim.
Hmm.
Um, I never discussed it with Doris, and I believe I'm going to give her a call, let her know what's going on, this and that, because there's so much on Jim's plate that I don't think that he sees the opportunity in tying in with us. Now
Hmm.
it was great that you ended up putting his link
Hmm.
on 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 the write up that you did.
Hmm.
Hang on, so but you know he's got so much on his plate that I think it may pay for me to get Doris excited about it. You
Hmm.
know, have her understand it.
Right.
Um, but I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to wait.
Sure.
And I think that there are ways that we could end up utilizing Jim's expertise in social media,
Hmm.
utilizing us teaming up to
Absolutely.
be able to offer um, the individual membership to SNA
Hmm.
free of charge
Right.
based on them joining the 27% of success system,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
And so I'll pay him the super affiliate. It'll, you know, pretty much pay for that monthly membership
Hmm.
for the SNA,
Right.
and it'll solidify it. What do you
Mhm.
think?
I think it's I my first thought is I think it's a great idea. I love the combination. My second thought is how does it happen? Like how does it happen easily for people? How does it happen seamlessly and effortlessly where that people see that connection and it's a no-brainer for them?
So um, that's a great question. And what I do is I end up using the the, the unique abilities of the people I tie in with.
Hmm.
Jim supposedly has a unique ability in social media. Now, I don't know that personally
Hmm.
because when I joined as a support company, for $600,
Hmm.
one of the things that were promised to me was his social media program.
Okay.
I never got it.
Okay.
I've asked him for it again, and
Okay.
I
Okay.
never got it.
I'm gonna write this down.
All right, um, which is fine, you know. And I just attribute that to not that he was lying, or I just
Yeah.
think that he's swamped. I
Yeah.
think I think he's. I mean, you know, when's the best time to teach somebody to swim? Well, not when they're drowning,
Right. Right.
right?
Hey,
So
George, what I'm gonna do is, I'm sure Ian that he works with, Ian Bratt.
yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna so I'm on kind of Jim's social point of view, kind of like core team.
yeah, yeah.
Um, and Ian, I can tell you, he has a little bit more time to do some things like this, like we're talking about. So I'm going to talk to Ian, and I'm going to make sure that he gets you the social media system.
Well, what I'd like to do is I'd like to invite you and Ian back on a Zoom call
Sure.
and to have this discussion.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Yeah, I want the program. Look, if
Hmm.
if 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 I paid $600 to get the program, I could have bought, you know, a,
Sure.
a program that came with you know monster amount of help that I didn't even have to do.
Yeah.
That's not why I did it.
Right.
But
Yeah.
one of my concerns is that if we're promising that, all right, it has to be automated, that it
Right.
goes out.
Yeah.
You know, the
Right.
second thing is that um, I want to be able to utilize the social um, media program to specifically team up together with the Network Marketing Magazine and the SNA,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
right? And through social media, we can make an announcement, just
Hmm.
like a press release, but we can make
Right.
a continued push on it and watch that grow like crazy. Um,
Absolutely.
so that would be awesome to be able to go ahead and do collaborate with you and Ian on that.
That would be fantastic.
Because
Uh,
what I'm doing right now is I'm working with super affiliates. I
mhm.
mean, I'm like a one-arm wallpaper hanger, just like Jim.
Yeah. Right.
But my difference is, I stay on track. I end up making sure that nothing falls through the cracks, and stuff does in fact end up falling through the cracks, but the important, not the nice to have, the important stuff never falls through the cracks. So
Right.
I'm glad you're suggesting that, because I really do want to see this organization grow and
Yes.
prosper. And in the past, the problem was is that it just wasn't monetized.
Yeah.
You know,
The
um,
MLMIA wasn't monetized.
what's that? No,
Yeah. Yeah.
no, they were around for years and years and years. And I can't say that they didn't have a blip on the radar screen, but they should have been the number one lead organization
Yeah.
in the industry.
Right.
And it's not too late. I think that what Doris did was good, is to give control over, a younger person, somebody that's not pushing 90, you
Right.
know, and and giving him not only the responsibility but the authority to make some changes, you know.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Absolutely. Yeah. It's good. It's good.
so what else do you do to support those little rabbits in your house?
Oh, we do two things, George. We are caretakers for a handicapped individual.
Oh yeah, you were saying that. Yeah.
Yep. So he lives with us. Um, that's kind of our main gig.
Uh-huh.
And actually, I'll tell you what got us into the industry in the first place, and that is we were taking care of two adult handicapped individuals. So we've got a 3-story house. One of the individuals was living had like an apartment in the basement, and then
Mhm.
the other one, she had the upstairs, and we lived on the main floor.
Uh-huh.
So this was that was our whole income. That was our work. And the girl who lived with us, she needed to leave just for different reasons. So that was half of our income. So we needed something, it's like there comes along that life experience and you got to have something. So we knew that was coming down the road. And so my wife actually, she came in contact with a company called Javita, and they just changed their business model so that we couldn't be distributors, right? So, but anyway, we joined Javita, and we did that for 2 years. And I know most network marketers, the average, I think it's Richard Blissbrook that says the average network marketer doesn't make anything.
Yeah.
So we made about 50K in 2 years. So, you
Great.
know, not superstar level, but it
Hey,
was it was enough for us to cover the bills
hey,
and
yeah,
have a good time and
yeah.
learn a lot of skills.
And stay home, and it's
Stay
better
home.
than a sharp stick in the eye. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
So it
That's
was
great.
great. I mean,
Great story.
I feel very thankful for it.
Uh,
But March 1st, we got an email from Javita that said, we're changing our business model and we're cutting out the distributors. Right? So that was March 1st, right before things got super hairy with Corona. And a lot of our team moved from Javita over to Modere. And so for the last month and a half, almost 2 months, we've been going, hard, as hard as we can with all that we're busy with 3 kids. And I'm doing this internship with Jim, for 20 hours a week, and
is
all the
he paying
families.
you? Is he paying you for that?
Um, he's paying me in mentoring and experience. And right now, like the SNA really doesn't have much of a budget to go on as far as like paying employees, right? Um, so it's not it's more of an experience. It's just an internship, like free internship. But I do feel like I've done 2 mentoring calls with him. My wife and I have done that. It's been incredible, actually. It's like very, very helpful for us. So I can tell you that right now we're like so swamped with answering customer calls, people reaching out, that it's been very busy. So
Which
we've
customers? What
Modere
customers?
customers. Sorry, not SNA customers, but Modere customers. So
And are those customer calls turning into sales?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
We've
So
I
you're
know
you're
it's not
seeing growth.
yes, we're definitely seeing growth. I wouldn't say it's ginormous, but we have 65 customers in less than 2 months. So
Great.
this has been good. It's good for
Great,
us.
great, great,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Um, would you like a free mentor?
I take free mentor any day of the any day. Who
Would you like me to
do you
mentor
have in
you?
mind? Who do you have in mind?
Would you like me to mentor you?
I would be thrilled.
So it would be even better than a free mentor. Okay.
Okay.
So um, I recognized your skill. I recognized in just one call and what you've done and everything else. Um, it doesn't take um, keen insight to see a a stalk of grain standing straight, you know, standing up, or I'm not a farmer, but the the stalks that have no grain stand straight up, and the ones that do end up falling off. Well, it, you know, I I listen I listen to you. I listen to the questions that you ask. They're great. They're great.
Mm.
The openness that you have. Um, uh, we could help. How are you in social media? How are you with utilizing Jim's system? Can we utilize Jim's system to grow the SNA?
Definitely. Definitely. So to answer your question, well, first of all, thank you. I'm really honored that you would offer that. Like that blows my mind. um, that's huge. And just George, thinking of you and who you are and your experience. Um, I don't know why you would want to ask me to be a mentee, but that's very, very generous. Um, so thank you for saying that and offering that. Um, and then to your question about how am I at social media, definitely Jim's system. There's 2 people specifically I would say that have helped me with social media. One is Justin Prince, and then the other is Jim. So I would love it if you would look at my social media, just look at my profile. Maybe you already have, and tell me, what I'm doing well and what I could do better at. So I think I've grown over the past few years with my social media, and I'm always I'm a learner. I want to learn, like, growing, personal growth, mastery, um, development is one of the things that gives me joy in life. That's why I can't do like a traditional job in a cubicle that doesn't allow me to grow. Yeah,
Yeah,
right? Like allergic.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, my
So that
wife, my wife and I will be married 42 years in
mm,
July, and uh, every once in a while, she told me to get a job. And
yeah.
I told you I've had over 30 businesses. So as I closed down one or whatever, sold one, her first choice was get a job, you know. Well,
Yeah.
every time I did it, it was hard. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Um, and finally, the last time, um, I ended up I ended up actually getting fired from the
Mm,
job. I was the number one salesperson
mm,
out of a 50-person team, and I outsold the next five put together. And they fired me because I first of all, the owner of the company was a mental case,
mhm.
and so he had his, and he didn't like me. So it was a great combination, and so I got called in, and by my sales manager, and he said, "I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but you got to empty your desk. I have to fire you." And I started laughing. He goes, "What are you laughing about?" I said, "The first thing that comes to mind is that, you know, I, I'm going to pray for you." Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I, I, I said, what ended up happening? What ended up happening to, you know, the sales that I've done? I mean, that didn't count. I said, he goes, "Well, it was the owner." I said, "Is he off his lithium? You know, is that is
What?
that? I mean, his mind is not working correctly."
Right.
And he says, "No." I said, "Hey, that's fine." He goes, "Do you need a box?" I said, "I got this is what I own here. I got nothing to take home with me, you know."
Yeah.
But anyway, um, getting back to SNA
Yep.
and them being a super affiliate.
Yep.
What's that? Okay. Um, the point that I want to make is that a super affiliate makes two levels of the affiliate commission, 10% and 5%. So on a $27 monthly membership. So um, they I got a guy from India that keeps on beeping me because he's supposedly an expert in LinkedIn,
Yeah.
and he's working on a project. So he's you know he's 11:30 at night right now, but and he's a good kid. He's like 22 years old, and um, yeah, he hasn't proven himself yet,
Right.
but I like his enthusiasm,
Yeah.
you know. And I've had the opportunity to help him out a little bit. He's texted me, and he goes, um, "Okay, dear." And finally, I get him on a Zoom meeting, and we talked to him. I said, "Look, by the way, the last thing I said to him was, um, I noticed that you refer to me as dear.
Uh-huh.
Um, that is appropriate if I were your girlfriend." And he was like shocked. So
Well, that
anyway,
piece of advice right there is worth probably, a
yeah,
whole second.
exactly. I don't want him to do that to other people that he's doing work for in the United States, you
Right.
know.
Right. Yeah.
And so so SNA ends up getting the full 15%,
Mm,
or $4.05 per person that uses that link per month.
yeah.
Okay. It could be significant, you know. So
Right.
so
So,
what
okay,
go
you
ahead.
can keep going.
Okay,
Just
so it's not impossible
Mm-hmm.
for what we have, for the small amount of money that we we charge, for the first month to experience it for free,
Right.
right? And the ability for them to get, refer three and get theirs free forever,
Right.
right?
Right. Right. Right.
It's not impossible to get a thousand members.
Right.
It's just not, because we're fishing in a pond of of more than 30 million people worldwide. All
Right.
right. So to
Yeah.
get 1,000, it just takes, don't stop, you know.
Right. Yeah.
So that's 1,000, both levels of the commission. What I'm willing to do is put in a third level that I never do, and that is an additional 5% override on everything that SNA does.
Mm.
All right. So what I'm saying to you is, work with me to help SNA. We both want to do that,
Mm.
but I'm also on top of it, and they don't have to know this. I'm going to pay you an
Mm.
additional 5%. All right. So, um, let me see. So for something that you're already doing for him as
Mm-hmm.
an internship,
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to pay you $1.35 per person per month
Mm-hmm.
for the internship that you're doing for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But on top of that, I'm willing to also, as we're utilizing this skill set in building, the organization for SNA, I'm willing to make you personally a super affiliate
Mm.
also,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that you're going to make $4.05 per person per month outside of the social media push for SNA,
Mm.
but the push for spreading the word far and wide for the 27 percenter.
Mm. I see. See what you're
So
saying.
that's what I'm saying is that I'm excited about mentoring you on a
Yeah.
broad scale, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
even more excited about monetizing
Mm-hmm.
your effort of being mentored
Right.
and collaborating in that way.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's really cool. So I'm still thinking about what is there one entry point, or do you see multiple entry points to, because I am working for Jim with SNA, and you have this connection, 27 percenters, and you've got SNA. So when people come in, actually I've talked to a lot of people. I was one of the top people that brought people into the SNA when it first started, launched on Facebook,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Um, and what am I trying to say here? Um, when they come in, okay, so especially when I meet other network marketers, I don't try to get them to join my company.
right.
I champion the network marketer. I want them to have success. I want to be their friend. I want to say, hey, have you heard of Jim Lupkin? Or you should join the Social Networking Association because of blah blah blah. So if it's not somebody that I can recruit into my own business
Yeah,
because they're already in network marketing, then I say, look, I can add value to your life by doing this, you know? And I come across a lot of those people.
oh yeah,
So, and I got several of those people to join the SNA. So, but when they do that, George, what how do they make that easy connection with the 27 percenters, you know?
Great question. So let me ask you this. When you get them to join SNA, what value are you proposing that they get as a result of joining SNA?
So what I have been telling people is,
Do I have to share this?
you know, what I do is I got certified in social media with Jim Lupkin, okay? But the Social Networking Association is a place where you know, Jim is where you go to get the system, but Social Networking Association is where you go to get everything else. The personal
What is that? Let's put Jim aside.
Right.
All right.
The personal development.
How?
Right. And I think that's a really important reason why you're in the association. I mean, that's why Jim wants you to be in the association, you know, because you have that. Like, you are a support company that offers that.
It's ready
right?
made.
It's that's why you're there.
Ready made and proven.
Right.
And
exactly.
it's not, you know, personal and business development from one person.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
right.
It's a combination of the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
Grown and Zig Ziglar, blah 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 blah.
Right.
You know, yeah.
So then, but when they come in, you know, that's part of the adding value to them. Like, look, SNA, it has this value. You know, it's got personal development. It's got blah blah blah.
Wait a second.
you
No. I'm going to keep on picking away at your pitch here for SNA.
Oh, go for it.
So you're telling somebody that, well, are they also getting Jim's program or no?
They are getting the conversations. It's kind of, in my mind, and correct me if I'm wrong too, you know, for 27 percenters, they get that system free for the first month. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, they pay how much a month?
$27. See,
right?
they actually get the 27% free forever. It's attached to the membership of the Network Marketing Magazine, which is a monthly membership of $27. So they get the whole package, the magazine and the success system, to experience it for free for the first month.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
At that point, they pay $27. We send them an email. Hey, in 2 days, we're going to charge your card, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they end up going ahead and they continue to get both. So they've already gotten access to the first month's issue of the magazine. And as a matter of fact, the whole magazine dating back to 2005, right? So they get a library of information, but they get that first month of the success system of the 365-day program, right?
Right.
The second month, they start, you know, paying the $27, and they have the option of opting out. At that point, if they do opt out, it's okay. We just shut the whole system down for them.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
So that's what we do. But what I don't understand is when one of my members joins SNA, because I didn't get the social media program, and because I wasn't told what Billy Bob, the individual networker, gets from SNA for that, you know, as a board member, you know, there's a little weak link here, you know? And maybe Ian is needs to also hear this,
Hmm.
because it's important. I
Right.
mean, the only reason why I haven't started clicking, join SNA, because I'm not really sure what they get.
Right.
I know what they get when they join the 27 percenter.
Hmm.
That makes sense.
Yes. Yes. It makes sense.
So you're telling me that they get something on social media. What is that
Right.
something?
So what they get, a person can be a free member, I believe, of the SNA, and get a quarter of Jim's system, a quarter of his system. They get the conversations piece of his system.
And how is that given to that new member? Is it emailed to them, or they have to ask for it?
Mm,
How do they get it? Because I didn't get it,
right, right,
and I wasn't a free member. I was a $600 member. That's
right.
the reason why I don't know.
Yeah.
Was the break in communication just with me as a support company owner,
Mm.
or is it everybody that comes?
So I think this is definitely like an area that needs to be tightened up, you know, that needs to be made more clear, and overall it will help tremendously, you
Oh
know.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's super important. So um
And this is part of our mentoring,
yeah.
day one.
Hmm.
All right,
Yeah.
because the kind of person that you are, I mean, exudes integrity.
Mm.
Right? If you've brought the most number of people in the beginning, right, and they're thinking that going to be getting, let's just stick with the social media, a social media component, and that's fine.
Hmm.
That's
Right.
fine, right? And they don't get it. They're not looking at the shortfall of SNA not having that pathway
Hmm.
solidified, and that's the reason why I haven't blasted mine open, because I
Hmm.
want to make sure that I'm hitting all of the parts and pieces and not
Right.
having anything fall through the cracks.
Right.
And
Right.
they're not looking at Jim Lupkin, right?
Right.
They're looking at Ben.
Right. Right.
Ben got me in.
Hmm.
What the heck did he do? I
Right.
got I got scammed.
Uh-huh. Right. Right.
And that wasn't your intention, and that is not the intention of
Right.
SNA. So it's
Well,
real important.
it is. It is. And your experience is really important. My experience is going to be different from most of the people coming in now. I'll just tell you that, because I got Jim's system before, um, before SNA went before it went live on Facebook. So I was in before the new process came about, and I was certified before the new process
What
came
does it
about.
mean to be certified?
What it means is he's got 4 different sections. So now I'll tell you like what people do. So when they buy the system,
Buy the system, buy the system. Not so much get it, the free part of it.
right, when you pay to get, I paid to get certified, $97.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So now, then you get into a platform called Teachable. And so it's just a series of video courses. So Jim has his what's called the 4 C's, right? Community, connection, conversation, and those 4 C's. So you go through all the videos. You take at the end of that first section, you take a test. Okay. And you have to get, I think, 80% to pass. And then you go through the next section, test, next section, test. So you go through all 4 sections, pass those, take the final, and then you're certified.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay. And so when somebody joins for free and they get the conversations,
Mhm.
all right, um, I would imagine then they get notified that they could get the whole thing for $97. Is that they get an email or something?
See, now again, that part I don't know because I was never a part of that process. I was in before that process came about. So unfortunately, I can't speak to that. Ian could speak to that.
Okay, and it's an important thing for you to understand
Right.
because if you end up bringing people from O'Dare in,
Right.
you know,
Yeah. To be able to speak to that and say this is what's going to happen. Boom. Boom. Boom.
yeah, because you don't want them quitting Modere
Right.
because they feel as though you screwed them on SNA. And
Right.
what else are you going to screw me on?
Yeah. Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just really critical,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, when we're tied together with the 27 percenter and SNA, when they end up joining the um, the 27 percenter,
Huh?
day one, they 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 got communication and they can jump right on the system. As a matter of fact, that's what we're plugging in right now is an email going out every single day, and we're going to end up actually having an email and a text message going out every single day, just reminding them, hey,
Yeah.
don't forget to do your today's lesson,
Right.
because here's another thing for you to really understand the value of something like that is that we want a person to be hooked. We want them hooked on a great habit, because if they're not hooked, if they're not first thing in the morning, and that's the reason why the email is going to go out at 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
All right. So um, once once they get their first message, and that's the reason why we want to also incorporate text messaging. We want them to say, oh yeah, yeah. And then as they're picking up their message, they can just plug in to the system and do the 15-minute a day program, watch the first video. They are hooked. And we ended up seeing that in version 1.0. Right. And so that's what ends up, I mean, putting fuel to that fire of growth,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
Well, the collaboration between the 27 percenter and SNA, they'll never, well, I'm not saying they'll never. Our statistics showed us that 93% will end up going from free to $27, because in that first month free, they were
Yeah.
hooked.
Yeah. Right.
They were hooked. They didn't want to lose it, you
Right.
know,
And if it created a new habit.
and it created a new habit. But the second month, that habit is, I mean, incredible. The third, it's like, watch out. Right. And they start telling their people, and they not only see their organization grow
Mhm.
personally, they see their people's organization grow. So
Right.
there's the value added for
Mhm.
$27 a month, a fancy Starbucks a week. They're going to
Right.
have to give up, you
Yeah.
know,
Right.
they see the value, and that's the reason why the the um, the habit is solidified.
Mm.
But when we end up teaming up with SNA, and there's this looseness
Mm-hmm.
about it, first of all, we haven't even gotten off the social media part. I want to continue the conversation of what else do
Mm-hmm.
I get as
Right.
an individual member. But if they didn't get that first free part of the social media, guess what? They are not going to quit the 27 percenter because they didn't get what they were supposed to get on SNA. Right.
Right.
So we're
Right.
actually going to retain more of the people for SNA not because of what SNA is offering, but what they're getting from what they're hooked on. So,
George,
so
so then when somebody gets when they get the 27 percenter program, does the SNA membership come with that, or when they get the SNA membership, the 27 percenter comes with that? Which way is it?
no, because how much is it for an individual to join SNA?
$60, I think.
How much a month?
5.
Okay. So I'm paying SNA $4.05. All right.
Right.
So when they pay me $27,
Yeah.
they automatically get the SNA. Why? Not because they're paying the $5, but because I'm paying SNA,
Right.
not 5, but a
Yeah.
discount, a small discount to $4.05.
Okay.
Right?
So.
But SNA has no value to me, zero at this point,
Mhm.
zero. Because if I were going to have them join SNA for $5, how could I possibly, with all my course and everything that we're doing for
Mhm.
the networker, give them the $27 package for free? That's the
Right.
reason why it's the other way around.
Yeah. Right. Makes sense. So on your, I haven't looked, so I'm sorry, but
That's right. I got an assignment for you.
well, on your website, or when people are plug into your 27% or stuff, is there anything there yet where they can see that they'll also get that membership to the SNA?
No.
Okay.
You know why?
There's not nothing about SNA yet.
No. You know
Okay.
why? Because months later, Jim hasn't circled around. That's okay. That's all right.
One of my noisy rabbits.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I got my 2.5-year-old grandson.
Yeah.
Usually,
Yeah.
he's not here today, but usually
I
he
guess
runs in.
in the ideal world though, like if everything is tight and all those communications happen like boom, 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 it's all there, it's all happening in that ideal space, then the person that comes to your website and said, yeah, I wanted to do this 27 percenter thing, then they would also see, look, do this. You can also be a member of the SNA. Is that true?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm a board member of another organization, industry organization.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the DSWA, the Direct Selling World Alliance.
Okay.
They've been around 16, 17 years. Um, um, One of the things that and they teach coaching, right? And they charge extra for some of the stuff. They end up having free aspects to their organization. But one of the things that they have that I've turned Jim onto, and he's just dropped the ball after 8 phone calls.
Mm.
What they have is health insurance for an individual. If I don't know if you have health insurance or not, you and your family,
Mm.
but most networkers, a lot of networkers don't. All right. Or they haven't quit the job that they hate,
Right.
even though they made $50,000.
Right.
They're handcuffed to that job that they hate because of the insurance.
Right.
There hasn't been, Modere doesn't offer insurance for their individual. No,
Right.
there isn't anybody. DSWA has done the work for this, and they started about 5 years ago, and they end up having almost insurance,
Mm. Yeah.
Teladoc and everything else. And that's good. I mean, but
Yeah.
it's not something that when you have a rabbit sick, you want to make sure that
Right.
he or she's going to end up being taken care of.
Of.
Well, Nikki, who owns DSWA, kept on digging and digging and digging, and it collaborated with an insurance agency that put together a program for associations.
Mm,
So the qualification to get insurance is not you just join the organization, get insurance. The insurance commission would not allow that. You have to join the association because there's value. They're a teaching organization. They
right,
train you and everything. Oh, by the way, they also for their members offer this insurance program. All right.
right.
So I turned Jim on to the CEO of this company. All right. And like I said, 8 phone calls, numerous emails back and forth. The CEO kept on saying, "Hey, I don't know if this guy Jim is really serious,
Mm,
because he's not returning my phone call and everything else." My last call with Jim, I ended up, that was one of the things on my list that he gave me 20 minutes to run down, you know,
yeah,
to
yeah,
answer my questions. That was
yeah,
the last thing. And he
yeah.
says, that's my fault. I haven't done it. I said, okay, fine. Well,
Yeah.
guess what? If you go to my website, the Network Marketing Magazine, you're going to see a block on the right hand side. As a matter of fact, anything on that right hand side is on all 5,000 pages of my magazine,
Mm,
right?
yeah,
And I'm promoting the DSWA because of the insurance program,
right, right,
because it has value,
right, right.
right? So, um, the again, I still don't see the value yet of the DSWA. I'm not giving up. I'm
Right,
not giving up. And I don't need DSWA to bring 27 percenters to me,
right,
you know, but
right.
I see the need for multiple organizations in the industry
Mm,
of what's now 700 or one 175 million home-based business owners worldwide. And with this coronavirus, there's going to be 300 million home-based business owners. Right.
yeah,
So having more than one association is great. It's just like having more than one good magazine.
right,
Right.
right.
So
Yeah, can't do it all. Yes. Sorry, my so random, but my water filter is starting to leak because it's too full.
yeah,
Home-based business right there. Home
yeah.
stuff. Dude, it happens.
You catch the leak before you come home to a flood.
Exactly.
So
This,
anyway,
yeah,
I'm not, and I'm not having this conversation with you to beat SNA to death, you
right,
know. But
right.
it's good that you and Ian work together because I can be the guy whispering in your ears
Mm-hmm.
to just like my wife is whispering in my ear when she goes through our system. The
Right,
same thing. You got to have somebody that you trust that's going to
right,
give you the same information that
right.
you do trust.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely.
I still don't know what else besides social media. Now I've already I talked to a big leader about SNA and Jim Lupkin. You know what that big leader said to me? He says all Jim Lupkin wants to do is build a list for his social media program.
Mm,
Now that could be just a skeptical leader,
sure.
a 70%er thinker, leader,
Mm-hmm.
you
Right.
know. Um, but whether or not that's true or not, that is that is the impression.
Mm-hmm.
You can't fight it. And I
Yeah.
wasn't going to defend Jim. I just
Yeah. Yeah.
that's all right. But what else? What else does SNA offer?
Yeah.
What else do they offer when somebody joins?
Uh, okay. Can we can we do part two next time? Because it's
Yeah.
getting to be And I would love to just to keep going. We do have to put a whatever you call it, put a pin in it at one point.
Yeah. And I'm done with that. One of the things that I want to talk to you, we could do it now or later or reschedule. I want to talk more um, about mentoring and specifically monetizing for you that mentoring. All
Yeah,
right.
right.
So you got to tell me what, you know, if you have time now or you want to reschedule.
Yeah, I think we. How often? I mean, do you have time to talk once a week or once every 2 weeks?
To get you going, I'll
Yeah,
talk once a day.
yeah,
Yeah. You tell me. And if I'm free in my calendar and we could keep it down to, you know, a set amount of time because
yeah.
we both have things to do. Um, but um, you know,
Hey,
I
yeah, George. I just want to get everything clear up front too.
yeah, yeah.
To talk about expectations because just to tell you, my life is really it's very busy, and I'm not saying this to say
No,
I'm
no,
not
I can
interested.
tell.
I'm not. It's not to say I'm not interested in what you're saying. Like I definitely have interests. Um, so I mean, I've kind of shared with you a little bit about my life right now, how busy it is, and the things I'm putting time and effort to. Um, so do you, for you, like what are your hopes and expectations for our time together? I mean, is a big component of it to help Ben be a super duper affiliate for
No, no,
uh,
no. I mean, I think the first step is to help Ben with his internship, his free internship
mhm,
of 20 hours a week,
mhm.
right? To be able to, I'm assuming that part of that internship is to get more members into SNA. Is that right?
My role right now is press releases and um, basically just liking and commenting, just kind of acting as Jim in three of his Facebook groups, the SNA. He's got an Eric's RX group that he does, and then um, what's the other one? Oh, and then just social. Never run out of people to talk to. So I interact in those groups um, as Jim. So I'm just kind of his spokesperson there, making posts, interacting with people. That and then that I mean that's enough to take up all that time.
All
It
that
goes
20 hours.
it takes yeah, all the 20 hours goes to
Okay,
the next
so
thing.
wouldn't it make sense that that in that interaction
Uh-huh.
on social media, all right, where we're talking occasionally about the collaboration between the Network Marketing Magazine and the 27% of Success System and
Mhm.
SNA,
Right, right.
right? So that it ends up growing the revenue
Uh-huh.
for
Right,
SNA.
right.
But I just told you I'm going to end up cutting out a portion of that, 5% of it
Right,
that you're going to get paid for that 20 hours of effort, you know?
right,
So
right.
I'm not asking you to be a super affiliate or anything else, you
Yeah.
know? I'm just, what I'm saying is right now, SNA is not taking advantage
Mm,
of a sweet deal that I've offered them,
right, right.
okay? You're already doing the steps that would be important to be able to be able to take advantage of this sweet deal for
Hmm.
them, all
Hmm.
right? But
Right.
on top of that, you'll get paid for it, all
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Um, so And again, it my sweet deal with them really is only going to take place when we solidify the steps. Because if I'm going to do it, obviously you don't know the steps of SNA. Well, I will know the steps.
Right.
I already know when an SNA link person comes on board. I know what I do. I know who they are.
Hmm.
I end up sending it out to SNA so that they end up plugging them into SNA. I I I know how much SNA gets per month. We This is all automated. I've
Hmm.
already done it with DSWA, so it's
Right.
already a done deal.
Yeah.
But Jim hasn't asked me about it. That's the reason why I'm glad to be able to talk with you and
Yeah.
Ian, or just Ian.
Yeah.
And um, so it's solid, you know.
Right. Right.
And if that's not of interest to SNA, then fine. I got too many things on my plate too. I'm not
Right.
going to do it, you know.
Right.
I mean, I'm not even going to ask for my $600 back. I'm just not going to do it, you
Uh,
know.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but they won't get it again next year, you
Hmm.
know. And that's the problem with recurring revenue, you
Right.
know.
Right. Uh,
So
yeah. Well, just y- I'm not Jim.
I
No, no,
know.
I'm just saying I am someone that's passionate about my family
Yeah,
and the industry. Like I like it a lot. And when I lost the job with Javita, I reached out to Jim and said, Jim, I've enjoyed being friends with you. I'm getting a lot of value from your system. Is there any way that we can work together? And so this is that first kind of what I'm doing. Those 20 hours a week is kind of that. It's a limit. It's a very limited thing, And I think I'm checking out Jim on a deeper level, and he's also checking me out on a deeper level. Like, can Ben handle the things that I give him? You know, so it's like a dating kind of
yeah, yeah, yeah.
relationship. But I'm telling you, like my role is limited. I don't have the same pull as an Ian or a Denver that works with him, if that makes sense. So,
Oh, yeah.
but some of the things that you're telling me are great, and I can pass them on. You know, there are things that Jim's kind of his team they need to know about. So on that level, it's very good because I see there's just things that need to be tightened up too. Um, and so,
Yeah, on the team, there has to be accountability. Everybody, I'm accountable to
right,
my
right,
team, you
yes,
know,
yes, yeah, yeah. So,
especially my wife.
yeah,
She's brutal.
especially yes. Um,
So this is
my,
what I suggest. I suggest that first of all, you you have my email address, right?
I believe so.
George at my direct email, my personal is
Uh-huh.
george@madu.com.
Okay.
All right. What I want you to do is I want you to send me all of your information.
Okay.
You know, phone number, email address, um, um, physical address. All right. Um, and send me Ian's phone number also. Um, and the the homework assignment, whenever you want to start it, is if if you go to the networkmarketingmagazine.com or the site for the system, yes to my success.com. Yes to my success.com gives you all the parts and pieces of the 27% system in video format and everything else. Um, when we just added something onto the magazine, based on some conversation. Um, and that is on the right-hand column underneath the login is this word free. Now, I just had, you know, join the 27% of successes. No, 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 no. And so in our discussion in my company, you know, uh, one of the suggestions was just put a damn free on the right-hand column. It ends up going on all 5,000 pages. Somebody's going to click on it and realize what it is. Right.
Mhm.
So I just want you to scope around this and that. All right. When and if you want, click on free and join for free. Join for free.
Okay.
It's going to ask your information. It's going to ask for a credit card. All right. It will not be charged for 30 days. Okay. I'll also send you an email of how to get a link for, oh, forget about that. I'll set you up with an affiliate link. All right.
Okay.
And so all you need to do is get three people on, and yours will be free forever, you know?
Right.
So it'll
Right.
never be, charged. Your card will never be charged, you know?
Right. Right.
But you'll end up seeing how our system, the pathway is that works. But more than anything else, I want you to see the system,
Hmm.
because if you're going to recommend it,
Right. Exactly.
it's like, holy cow. I mean, even my wife ends up saying, she
Uh-huh.
goes, I think I'm hooked already.
Yeah.
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 Right. Yeah. That's great.
So anyway, send me your information,
Okay.
and we could either schedule another call. You tell me what's good for you, or you can get back to me and let me know what
Okay.
you know
So
you want to do.
one thing I was thinking of as far as mentoring calls go is kind of as I'm going along with our Modere business, I've questions, you know, like what about this? How do I do this? And some I'll ask to, you know, upline, but also, you know, I'll probably think, well, what would George say, or what would George do? So is it okay if
Yeah,
as I'm going along, I write these questions down and be like, George, what would I do in this situation, or what are your
and
thoughts?
send it to me before our next conversation,
Okay. Okay.
so I can just run on down.
Yeah. Okay.
You know.
Perfect. That's what I'll definitely start doing that. And then, um, yeah. And then we'll schedule a time. Okay.
And when is that?
Let's do it. What's today? I don't even know what day it is. It's like this month
Saturday.
flying by. Saturday the 25th. Okay. Let's meet again next Saturday.
Okay.
Yep.
11 o'clock.
Yeah, 11 o'clock.
10 yours. Okay.
And mine.
Same Zoom.
Same Zoom. Okay.
And if one of the things about the Network Marketing Magazine is there's a great feature on the right hand side that you can sort by subject matter. So if you stink as a prospector, right?
Right. Right.
Okay, that is probably that. There'll probably be 200 articles or more, probably more at this point, on just prospecting out of over the 3,000 articles. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I don't even recommend you do 200. All right.
Yeah.
But
Right.
if you really identify with Jim Rohn, who is the premier, right? You just type in Jim Rohn, and up will come you know, I don't even know how many, well over 100 articles,
Yeah. Right.
right?
Yeah.
So that's something.
Yeah.
I want to know why you let me.
It's one of my rabbits.
Yeah.
His hands are covered in paint.
No,
So
is
yeah,
that right?
that's a great feature. I may, yeah, yep. Okay, awesome. I
So
love
I'll
it.
see you at 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock your time
On our Zoom.
next
On
week.
Zoom.
And if you have any questions or something,
Yeah.
you know, just don't hesitate to shoot them over to me. And,
Okay.
and yeah, and give me Ian's number also.
Okay.
Just let him know.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've had this conversation.
I will. Thank you, George.
Hey, be blessed.
You too, sir. Have a good one.
Okay.
Okay. Bye for now.
Bye.